Hey there, Dr. Lemo is my name, and once again, welcome to Autism and Beyond. Today, we're going to discuss about the details of play in our children. So, play is joy to a child. Play is every child's right. Now, an average child these days, usually they leave home by 5:30 in the morning, and then they go to school, and they'll come home by the same time, 5:36 in the morning, in the evening. They'll get home, they have a bunch of homework. So they literally get home, change their clothes, maybe take a snack, then start doing their homework. And then they work the whole of the evening, till it is supper time. They watch maybe TV here and there before they know it, the day is over. And then that goes on between Monday and Friday. Then on Saturday, some still go to school on Saturday mornings, or these few kids who will find maybe they've been enrolled to some club, so they have to go to do another activity for the first part of Saturday, and then by the time they come back, it's already the day is over, or they are super tired and they'll just want to sit and rest. So you are literally seeing children living a very sedentary lifestyle and their deficit of play. So that's an average child today. And this means these kids have less time to play. This means these kids, they don't interact with their peers other than the few times that they're in class, break times here and there, of which the longest break time maybe for play will be an hour, and they only have maybe one or two PE sessions in a week. And partly this is the reason why we are seeing a lot of children who are mentally stressed. All right? Because kids were meant to play. As I said, play brings joy to a child. So a child whose deficit of play, of course, you can guess what the answer will be. We see very anxious children. We see depressed kids. We see kids who have, high suicidal rate, and you're wondering, oh my God, where is this coming from? Yeah? We see kids who are not empathetic. And we see kids who are narcissists. And by the way, next week I'm going to do a video on, are you raising a narcissistic child? Yeah? Because really the opposite of empathy, roughly, it can be translated to narcissism. Because empathy is when I can be able to step into your shoe, be able to see how you see, and then be able to experience what you're experiencing. And you see, this is exactly what happens in play. And a narcissist is the person who cannot do that. For them, they feel like they are superior than everybody else. And so the world needs to rotate around them. And they are emotionally disconnected to the people around them. That's a narcissist. And when you look at it, this is exactly what the kind of lifestyle that we are living in today is actually bringing to our children. So what are the benefits of play? My God, play is important, as especially the undirected play, the play that you allow kids to just go be kids and interact with others. Conflict resolution, team playing, sharing, negotiation. Okay, like when you have to do something and you also want it to be done in a different way, you'll always hear kids negotiating. For example, they want to play home. The way you have dad, mom, they have to sit and negotiate. So who's going to be mommy? Who's going to be dad? Who's going to, automatically the leader in these children, you'll be able to see who are the people who are automatically taking up these roles of, allocating people. And there are those ones who will say, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. Those are negotiation skills. Okay. Things like what kind of game do we play? How do we distribute? How do we arrange teams? These are all decision-making skills. Okay, and kids are also allowed to move at their own pace. They know, okay, for me today, I feel like being this. And you'll find once they say, I'll be this, the other kids will also be able to say, okay, it's fine. And it's true that through play, they're able to also discover their own interests, the things that they're able to do better than others, the things that are becoming so easy, or some things that are becoming very difficult for them. And usually, if you're close to these kids, as a parent or as a caregiver, you'll be able to pick, what they were able to do, what they went very well, because through that, these kids become very excited in their small achievements every single day. Now, you come to realize most of the schools cannot teach these soft skills of life. Most of our schools are authoritarian, meaning there are rules in school. Okay, it's not a democratic, at least most of the schools, okay, I don't know, maybe there are those advanced schools, I don't know, but when you in an average school is an authoritarian school, that this is the way we conduct ourselves and this is the things we're supposed to obey. Like, we're not going to negotiate. Those are the kind of more schools, okay? And so you find the soft skills of life have to be found outside of our schools, outside of our classrooms. One thing we should remember is play is not cessation of learning. Play is learning. And because play is learning, the only difference is the learning in class and the learning outside of class is actually different. The learning outside class through play is usually the soft skills. It's the software. How are we going to use whatever we have learned in class to bring it to life amongst the community around us? That's where these, the soft skills are usually taught outside class, and it's usually through play. Most of the time, kids will choose play based on their internal interests, especially now for our children on the spectrum. You find there are things that these children will be almost automatically be drawn to, and there are things they will not want to participate in. And the successful play is the one that is usually child-led, not adult-led. And it's usually because of this. I usually have a reservation about, taking a 2-year-old to school or a play group, because a 2-year-old only needs to be given an environment for them to play. Creativity comes from being put in a certain environment and allowed to thrive in that environment. No rules, no regulations, no formulas. It is just you and your imagination and explorative skills. So when you start putting on rules to a 2-year-old brain, you're not giving them a chance to actually really being explorative, which is where creativity is. Okay? And one of the things that we see in our, in parents, especially parents of our age these days, is we are so pro academics, forgetting the whole child. Now, I'm not saying that now we should not be, promoting kids to really study hard and all that. No, that's not what really I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let us bring up children who are holistic. The soft skills and the hard skills are needed for these kids to be able to thrive. Just because someone is not very good with the hard skill, by hard skills I mean the academics, the scoring and all that, we should not be so focused on the hard, the classroom academics, forgetting this other part of this child, which is the soft skills. Please, I know we do have curriculum, and I know that our curriculum is standardized, and of course that's very good. But for any learner who cannot fit into that curriculum, it becomes very difficult for them to be able to thrive in that curriculum. And we see that with our children on the spectrum. Because most of the time, this curriculum was not made with these children in mind. Because what studies are showing right now, we have high scores and low ability children. That means kids who are able to score straight A's but cannot translate whatever they have scored into actually making it function into real life. While the purpose of education should always be to be able to learn in school and translate that into actually making solutions for the current problems. And that's where play is. Learning has to be playful. Play, because play is learning. What you should also remember is creativity is not taught. Creativity is not taught. You don't go to class and say, this is how to be creative. No. Creativity is becoming. And you become once you are able to express yourself without fear of judgment. So the minute you start putting pressure on your children, because then they have to score a certain way for them to be able to be accepted in a certain schools, you're killing creativity. Creativity comes when you allow our children to think freely. And that's what play is. When you think of it, that's exactly what play is. When there are no boundaries, when there are no limitations, to think freely. As we wind up, I want you to remember this. All children are naturally creative. All children. All children are born geniuses. Remember, it doesn't matter on the spectrum or not. All children are born geniuses. Please. And anytime you are trying to mold your child into fit into something that they are not, anytime you're trying to put your child into fit into this schedule that is stopping them from thinking freely, from trying to be explorative, from trying to understand their environment, anytime you are insisting that this is how things are done without really giving an explanation and a chance to this child to try otherwise, just remember you are dimming the light of creativity in this child. And anytime you put a tag after performance, anytime you are only focused on the end goal and forgetting the process of becoming, you're killing creativity, because then you're making their mind so narrow that this is the only way to do things, while the answer is no. What we should always remember, to foster creativity in our children, let's allow our children to play. Always honor the process and not the results. What you want is children who are motivated to become better. And instead of the destination, focus on the becoming, the process of becoming. That's what you should be rewarding. The process of becoming. How much effort are they putting in? How much thinking are they putting into a particular project? How much play? For example, something as simple. For example, right now my kids are doing gymnastics, and you find every day at school they'll come and try to do, it's called what? Cartwheel. See what? Those jumps. Okay, there's so many names. I've even forgotten. So, and you can see one is like born to be a gymnast, and the other one is really trying and they're putting in the effort. Now, instead of focusing on how much easy it is for this one who's already has it in her system, focus on how much energy this other one is actually putting, and time and dedication, or making sure that I need to perfect this, I need to perfect this, I need to perfect this. Okay? Remember, creativity is not special for a special group of people. Creativity is for everyone who allows themselves to think freely, to explore, and to use their imagination. Creativity is accessible to everyone. Creativity is accessible to all children. Remember that. Okay? And remember, rewards come after a long time dedication. A long time dedication. And the only way you can be dedicated to anything is because you enjoy the doing. You enjoy the doing, and that is what play is. Play may mean different things for different people, but as long as there is the enjoyment component, that means it's not obligatory. It's not an obligation. It is not an obligation. Yes, discipline has to come in, but at the core of it, they need to have loved that, whatever they're doing. That's what play is. All right? So I really hope this helps a parent. That yes, it's very important for kids to study in class, but it's even more important for kids to be allowed to play. Till then, bye-bye, and God bless you.